And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome here to race number 12 of the fourth season of the NR 2003 Red Bull GT Series as we're coming to you live from the historic Mexico City here in Mexico as we're ready to wrap up the races outside of the United States. Should be a lot of fun here today. On the pole position is Annie Crenshaw, who raced her way into today's race via the Go or Go Home session. She comes in this race 36 in the points table. She is only 17 points back of 35th in the standings. That is Reagan Whitlock. So a solid run today or a win not only will get her back in the top 35 in points, but would also have to will be locked into next week's race at the Houston Supercell, excuse me, as far as that is concerned. Alongside of her is Emma Kaiser in the 49. She comes in this race 2 points ahead of 35th in points, 34th to be exact. Our former winner this season has not been the best of season for that 49, so she needs to get a good run to get her away from that 35th in the standings cut line. Kyler Anderson, the defending series champion, 21st in the points, still looking for his first win of the year. Funny thing is, he won the championship without going to victory lane, believe it or not. So that's really crazy if you ask me. And he's alongside of Eric Alpha, who dropped 6 spots down to 29th position in the points. And Senor Sean, former winner of the season, complete the top 10. As you look at the rest of the starting lineup, a couple of drivers did not take time in qualifying, including the points leader, Jochen Schmidt, who extended his lead in the championship standings after last week's or race 2 weeks ago back in Argentina. Of course, Sean got involved in a wreck with Jared Johnson, as far as that is concerned. Jochen Schmidt, the rookie points leader, well, of course, he has a 30-point lead over K Langeland, 32 points ahead of Campbell Marsh, third in the standings. He jumped up 4 spots after a race 2 weeks ago in Argentina. Bradley Ream jumped up 2 spots to fourth. Vanko Seaman is fifth. Ponzo Albanus sixth. Jared Johnson dropped 4 spots down to seventh. Skylar Taylor eighth. Alexander Underwood, his first win of the year last time out in Argentina, jumped up 9 spots to ninth in the standings. And Sarah Redman is now 45 points back in the 10th position. Let's get these cars moving. And first of all, before my game decides to be a derping hyena, let's make sure nobody has any issues on the grid. Looks like so far so good. "12 laps, it seems like a short race, but this is a very long road course, so it will take a long time for these drivers to complete a lap of racing here in Mexico City. There are no full course cautions, but we will have cautions next week when we head to Houston as we head back to the United States. Actually, we head north. We start heading north of the border. And of course, Mexico City has not ever hosted a Red Bull, or actually, I'm going to actually go check that out. As here we come to the green flag, we are racing here at Mexico City. I will have to see if we've raced here before. I do not recall if we have, as Kaiser was going to take the lead from Crenshaw, but didn't. Annie Crenshaw going to take the lead. Was there any issues? Ooh, they're 3 wide. That's not pretty good on a road course. As Crenshaw will lead them away. And the answer is we have not been to Mexico City, so this is another inaugural race. And like I said, we're going to do this for 12 laps of racing. As Annie Crenshaw, of course, she would have the advantage, and same with some of the other drivers that took part in the Oreo Cup series, because this was their middle race of the round of 16, believe it or not. As Crenshaw runs a little bit wide, Kaiser's coming, trying to catch her, and despite all that, Annie Crenshaw will lead the first lap of the race, the first lap ever here in Mexico City as we head down the front straightaway. See if Kaiser can force Annie Crenshaw into a mistake. So far, so good. Check the back of the field. The points leader, Jürgen Schmidt, still struggling, trying to get some positions gained. Remember, he had a 30-point lead coming into this race. Let's find the guy who's trying to run him down for the points lead. K Langeland running in 19th, right behind Josh Harmon in the 78. K Langeland second in points, trying to run down Jürgen Schmidt for the points lead. Where's the guy also trying to run down Jürgen Schmidt? Campbell Marsh running in 15th. He is second in the Rookie of the Year standings. 32 points back of Jürgen Schmidt for the points lead. So not only he's trying to run him down for the points lead, he's also trying to run him down for the Rookie of the Year honors. As we're down to 10 to go here in Mexico City. Annie Crenshaw currently the race leader. As Emma Kaiser trying to look underneath Annie Crenshaw for the lead. Kaiser's been trying to get around Annie Crenshaw, but just cannot seem to make the pass work. Whenever the pass might have worked, it hasn't. See if Jürgen Schmidt has made up any progress. Looks like he has. He's up to 41st. Sam Tenley, Ponzo Albanus, Bradley Ream got some drivers. Uh-oh, somebody's coming to pit road. That's Ingrid Pollard, 35th position last time by. So problems for Ingrid Pollard right now. Let's see what happened. It looks like she had some damage. Let's see. Oh, had a wreck. Reggie Fogleman. Okay, Bradley Ream got damage. I didn't see this. Okay. So we finally had our first incident. Looks like Reggie Fogleman. I don't know if the 62 touched him. I don't think so. He must have gotten into 88 and spun himself out. Bradley Ream had to check up. Ingrid Pollard's going to run the back of Bradley Ream right there. And the rest, as they say, was history, if you ask me. That was probably why all those cars were gaggling around, and Ingrid Pollard's got no front end on her Jaguar, so that's really a tough break for Ingrid Pollard. As we're back to live action here in Mexico City. As Annie Crenshaw running in the 75. Not been the best of seasons for that 75 team, but a win for her would get her back in the top 35 as she's been the only leader in this race here today. I heard skid marks. Oh, we had a wreck. Logan Williams involved. Got a couple of cars in the grass. That's Bianchi, and I don't know who the other one is. That must be Dana Monroe there in the grass. Bianchi is still in the grass. What happened? As I hit the wrong button. Sorry about that, y'all. It's like something happened up here. Logan Williams spun out, and looks like he bounced off of Timo Mauser. Yep. How Mauser didn't spin out, I will never know. And then right there, who was that hit him? That was Aurora. A lot of damage to her car. She was running in the top 10 when that all happened. Got some dust being kicked up. Annie Crenshaw continuing her merry little way, as usual, as we're past the halfway point of this race. Bradley Reim's another driver who's trying to get into the points lead conversation. Oh, Packett's into the wall. Packett just got into the wall there. That's going to cause some damage. Checking to see if we have any more. Well, this is going to be bad. As Palmer. Oh, Josh Harmon almost lost it there. Palmer came in this race 33rd in the points. He is a total of 4 points ahead of 35th in points. Reggie Fogleman's got more damage. Same with Matthew Hubert. Did that just happen just now? Yep, it just did. Let's see here. Fogleman just drove it in too hard and just hit Matthew Hubert. Pretty much that's the telltale sign. That's probably been that pretty much just sums up Matthew Hubert's season right there. That just sums up his season right there. Whenever Matthew Hubert makes a race or something like that, he either gets involved in an incident or something bad happens in the race. And Matthew Hubert's season in season 4 has been less than stellar, if you ask me. There's Timo Mauser, Jogan Smith, Chaz Farmer, Vanko Seaman, and Campbell Marsh complete the top 10. Right now, the 77 is only in 35th right now. As Kyle made up any positions, he's up to 16th right now. So let's see, 16th, 35th, that's about 19 positions. But Campbell Marsh is 25 spots ahead of Jogan Schmidt for the points lead. Gonna have 3 laps of racing to go here at Mexico City. Want to remind everybody this copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the World Racing Association, the Blue Hedgehog TV, for the private use of our audience. Any reproduction or rebroadcast or retransmission or any other disseminations or the use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the World Racing Association, the Blue Hedgehog TV, is prohibited. Blue Hedgehog TV, want to thank you fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. Kyler Anderson, the defending series champ. Nice bounce back result for him, who drops 6 spots down to 21st. This will get him back in the top 20 leaving today. Annie Crenshaw has led the most laps today. So she got another bonus point for leading the most laps. There's Brooke Packett there. Cody Smart not having a good day. Bradley Reim, a lot of damage to his machine. Was fourth in points coming into this race, so he's going to take a hit in the standings. So he'll look to bounce back next week in Houston. Hanzo Albanus into 12. As he's battling with the points leader, Jochen Schmidt. There goes Tenley, and that's Maddie Crenshaw. Tenley's got damage. That's going to be another position gain for Schmidt. Albanus was 6th in the points. So he's really going to take a hit after today. Meanwhile, Annie Crenshaw and Emma Kaiser. Kaiser, who, as part of Captain Frank's team, Kaiser, who's really been having a difficult season. Annie Crenshaw, currently using what she learned from the Oriole Cup Series race to help her out with track position. And with no cautions to save these drivers. And Schmidt has only improved, but he's not even going forward. And they're about to catch Ingrid Pollard and put her a lap down. And we're coming to the white flag, by the way. But the good thing for Kaiser is that this is going to get her away from 35th in the standings, by the way, as the white flag is out for Annie Crenshaw. One more lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. I don't think Annie Crenshaw is in the playoffs in the Oriole Cup Series that I know of. When she raced here in, I don't think she is. But I'm going to double check. And she did make the playoffs. And she had an okay result. But here she comes off the final corner. This will get her back in the top 35 without a question of a doubt. And Annie Crenshaw is going to win here today at Mexico City. This is going to definitely help both Annie Crenshaw and Emma Kaiser for a couple of reasons. One, Annie Crenshaw will get back in the top 35, regardless what happens as far as the official finisher results is concerned. And two, Emma Kaiser is going to get away from 35th in the standings cut line as far as that is concerned. We're going to speed it up a bit so I can get the standings official. Can't believe we're almost to the midway point of this season, believe it or not. But Kaiser gets second. That's going to get her away from 35th in the standings. Defending series champion Kyler Anderson had a quiet run in third. Eric Alpha will be the rookie of the race as he got a fourth place result. And he was also another driver flirting with that 35th in the standings cut line as far as trying to stay locked into the show. So this will definitely get him away from 35th in the standings. And he came in this race 29th in the points, so this will definitely get him away from that. Senor Sean, after the big wreck he had, dropped 6 spots down to 22nd in points. This is going to get him back in the top 20 in the standings. Timo Mauser got 6. Was 6th place enough to get closer and closer to that 35th in the standings cut line? We'll have to see. Jogan Smith will get 7th. Chaz Farmer 8th. Vanko Seaman 9th. And Campbell Marsh. That's critical because Campbell Marsh came in this race 2nd in the Rookie of the Year standings. As he gets a top 10. He also finished ahead of Kyle Langeland. And something must have happened to Kyle Langeland because last time I had checked, he was running inside the top 15. As you look on down through the remainder of the finishing results, he fell all the way to 29th. So something must have happened to Kyle Langeland during the closing stages of this one. Jogan Schmidt, the points leader, 34th. That was definitely not the result he was hoping for. As you look at a couple of drivers who were running well in points, Kyle Langeland, as I mentioned, 29th, came as race 2nd in points. Alexander Underwood, 1 week removed from his first win of the year, 30th. He was also another driver running well in points. Not the finish he was hoping for. And Vanko Seaman, I think where did Seaman finish? He finished in 9th. So Vanko Seaman has also gained points on Jogan Schmidt for the points lead. So let's see. Schmidt finished in 34th. Marsh got 10, so that is a total of 24 points he has gained. Seaman was only 37 back, 34th and 9th. That's 27 points. I think Jogan Schmidt, despite a poor finish today, will still keep the points lead heading into next week as we are back in the United States as far as that's concerned. By the way, all 42 drivers finished the race. Nobody was a lap down. Nobody finished out of the race. But the points are going to be really shaken up after this one heading into next week. And Houston, Texas, as we head to the Houston Supercell for our first of 2 stops in the Lone Star State. And then we head to Jesse and Sean's home race of Texas Motor Speedway in Fort Worth. Of course, they just got a new house that they've been living in for quite some time. So they're excited to race in front of their home crowd as well. Hope you guys enjoyed today's race from Mexico City. If you did, be sure to give this video a like. Subscribe to become part of the World Racing Association crew today. We showed your full finisher results. Your point standings are down in the description heading into next week's race at Houston. We're gonna go straight on with no breaks in between for these drivers. So hopefully they're excited about that. We have M&M's Cup Series coming your way very soon. Wherever their next race will be. Hope you'll tune in for that. We also have the Oreo Cup Series. As I'm gonna check and see when this race goes up on my calendar. As I said, 21st. Of course, today being the 21st. The Oreo Cup Series heads to Lime Rock Park for their second race of the round of 12. And then we have Hillside for Busch and Winston Cup Series coming your way from Hillside. That should be a lot of fun. And then next week, we will see these drivers at at Houston Supercell, the M&M's Cup Series race, wherever that race will be. Hope you'll tune in for that. And then our second elimination race at Coca-Cola Super Speedway. And when the checker flag waves, 4 drivers will be eliminated from the championship before, and then we will have Trucks, Bush, and Winston Cup coming your way from Papyrus as their chase to the chase is starting to wind down before we know who will be the 10, 12, and 16 drivers that will battle out in their chases for the championship. Should be a fun one. Hope you'll tune in for all the racing action we got coming up on the channel. Until then, I've been Devil signing off. We'll see you guys then. Gracias from Mexico City as you've been watching another broadcast of the World Racing Association, the greatest racing since 2013.